Hello and welcome to the Decibel Boost podcast, the official music podcast of the website Surreal Resolution. I'm your host Robert, and oh my god, our long-standing nightmare is finally over. No more Big Bang Theory after this next season. Thank you, Jesus. And with me, I have
music. It's all entertainment, folks.
And
in the club throwing up. Oh no! Wait, Wednesday. Again?
Yes, Wednesday. Let me see. That's like the 5th best day of the week. Obviously, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are above it. And of course, there's Tuesday.
Don't forget day 15.
Oh. We got a few more days to go until that happens again.
Yeah.
I always miss out on the good days. Anyway, episode 94. How is everything going with all y'all?
Well, so far, I've been doing a pretty okay attempt to get myself back into the job market. I had an interview a couple days ago. Still waiting to hear back. But I got another interview coming up in a couple days, so hopefully I should be back to work in no time. Which means I can go back to paying my bills and paying off my credit cards and hopefully getting a ticket cleared up. Because I got that to look forward to next week.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I gotta get that cleared up along with some other things. But oh well, one step at a time. Such is life. And I've also realized I don't own enough copies of the Star Wars movies. I need those letterbox VHS copies, yo.
Yeah, and don't forget that upcoming 4K Blu-ray of the Star Wars Holiday Special.
I can't wait for it.
We even have exclusive information on it from Leaky Steve. Unfortunately, he showed us a bunch of blurry screenshots, so, take what you can get.
Oh well. Might just have been much just had to do with, Carrie Fisher's cocaine problem at the time.
That is true. But yeah, always fun to have too many copies of a thing. Just like I realized I have too many copies of all the Smash Brothers games. By which I mean one of each except the N64 version. Which may actually be not enough. Don't tell me how to live my life. Anyway, Mark, what about you?
So let's see. I've been writing shit for the past few days, which is good because I'm actually writing my last story. Well, let's say for the year. And also noticed on my car, my engine light went off, which is good. It means more problems, but then it's like now I'm relieved and kind of worried because it happened last time.
Oh.
It's like it's like oh hey, no more engine light. It's like wait, that should probably that be all that for leave. It's like I should get checked out when I get the money. Which every now we're working 5 days a week now instead of the usual 4 or 3. It's like, well, I got 4 days to work now.
Well, it's always good to get extra paper.
Yes, that is true, because I need it.
Not to mention, you get to spend more time around, the gorditas. Double gorditas, Mark.
Double the beef.
Because I'm talking about hearing this.
I need to get me one of those, man.
Actually had one a while ago. It's pretty good stuff.
Maybe I can get a version that's got the Doritos taco. Those are the best kinds of gorditas. Anyway, as for me, well, just the usual. Semester starting back up, same old. Work's, picking up and getting hectic as hell. I finally got around to starting Red Dead Redemption after 8 years. Yeah, 8 years. That seems about the right proper length of time, and I'm enjoying what I'm playing so far. Also, finally had to buy a replacement Joy-Con because my left one's analog stick. I heard from a lot of people that it breaks in a very specific way where it'll stop clicking in, but you can technically still move it around. But if you ever try to do a resync, for example, it won't register. And then, the controls always, drift you to the left in, circles. It was fucking weird. I couldn't deal with that shit anymore. I had to, replace that shit as soon as possible. Also, apparently, amiibos are still fucking expensive, man. It's fucking... Let me think. As Derek Alexander would put it, it's regoddamn badonkadonkulous. Fucking $50 for Pac-Man. Jesus.
Yeah, they command a pretty high price, but that's why we wait for restocks. You know, because that does happen every so often, especially with Smash Ultimate coming up.
Yeah, but I don't want to wait until then to get my, Pac-Man amiibo. And it was all the ones specifically that I wanted that were really pricey, not the Marios or the Samuses, but it was like the Shulks, the Pac-Mans, the Clouds, all that stuff. Although I at least managed to get a Ryu amiibo, because up here, I have that GameStop pack with, Rob, Game & Watch, and the Duck Hunt Dog. They're so lonely up there. They need friends.
Yeah, you may have a copy of Melee, but I got 3 boxes full of amiibos, so, even trade.
No, it's not an even trade. You have more of the thing than I want. Meanwhile, you can fucking, find GameCube Melee anywhere. Just fucking rob, an Evo tournament or something. Someone's gotta have a copy on them.
Yeah. Well, I would have one if it didn't cost $55 fucking at my game store. Jesus, what the hell, people?
That's because it's valuable. And hey, look on the bright side. At least it's not $315 for a copy of the GameCube Fire Emblem.
Which my fucking boyfriend has! Ugh, I'm so jealous.
Video games are expensive, is what I'm hearing.
Oh, I'm so jealous of him. Oh my god.
Then again, a lot of shit is expensive.
You know what you must do now. Make sure to disable all the security cameras first.
Yeah, or, if I could go about it another way. I'm not going to mention it because I'm a man of modesty.
Sure you are. Anyway, that's basically about it with all the formalities and stuff. So let's get into this. Let's just say this is going to be a bit of a salty week. So we're going to start off with the...
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so let's start off with the news song discussions. We only have about 6 here because we got one news topic that's probably going to take up at least 20 minutes. So here are the songs we're going to talk about, and of course there's the playlist down in the description if you want to listen, along with us. And you know what? For this first half of tunes, I'm going to let Mark start things off. So take it away, sir.
All right, so y'all remember SOBXRBE? Getting on the record that... some Black Panther soundtrack this year with their song, it's called Paramedic, the song which everybody loving. And remember I did talk about their album Gangin'. Well, they announced Gangin' 2 coming up soon, I guess, because they didn't release date. And they released a single from there called Vibes. And it's a very vibey track. They do got this you got this, West Coast bop type of track, and they got this boastful energy, which they were about, about fame, friendship, and diamonds, all that shit. And I noticed in their flow, maybe I've noticed before, but they always go like this, dun, 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 dun. Like every time when I hear them speak, they always notice that the flow goes like that. And I do got one line that that got me laugh a bit. This line that went, I can't date bitches with no class. I can't date a bitch with no ass. Okay, well, damn.
That is savage.
Yeah.
And yes, this song certainly got some vibes in the beat. I don't really have much else to say, other than to make a joke that I still don't know what the name actually stands for.
I don't think nobody knows.
If anything at all.
The ones I read are Young T.O. and I forgot the other person's name, but yeah, it's those two guys. But yeah, this one's pretty alright. So this is pretty fun. This one got some vibe shit going on, and I'm looking forward to look at what they got next.
Hello?
Hey, you still there? Hey, you.
We're here.
Continue. You're leading the charge for this first half, man.
Oh,
you gotta be a big boy. You gotta take some responsibilities.
What did we just talk about last time? You have to give us cues.
I told him I was gonna let him drive the first half.
Okay.
That's all the cue you need.
All right. Yeah, I faced that a bit. Anyway, we got more type up with Joey Purp. So anyway, he announced recently for his new project called Quarter Thing. Okay, due out September 7th. and this little joint they call Bag Talk, which is like 2.5 minute track, 2 minute track, and I will say like in regard to this last track, like this got this whole like dark piano feel, which okay was the flow. The flow was kind of nice, and I do like the piano loop production. It's got this very ominous type of feel to the track. Enjoy Purp, like enjoy this fine here. Like I will say like a bit better than March 12th. Not that one was bad. That one was just okay to me, but this was another fine single they released. Hopefully hopefully when the whole mixtape album whatever gets released, it might be as good as that.
I don't know. I was, apart from like the creepy piano beat, I wasn't really feeling anything off of this. Like, there aren't any super memorable bars or lyrics, and kind of Joey Purp's flow just sounds really stock. Like, it sounds like I could name at least 5 other people who could have been rapping this song. It's just, man, this is weirdly underwhelming, to be honest.
Well, let's hope things get better. At least the album comes out. And now I'm supposed to somebody that we haven't heard in a while, or at least about our own album, and that's Ghostface.
Hey, but this one isn't Doomstarks.
No, it's never Doomstarks. So anyway, he got a new album dropping out October 5th. Hey, 2 days after my birthday. It is called The Lost Tapes. Which, okay, I don't know if it's I guess I don't know if I lost it, but anyway, he got a new joint out called Saigon Velour, and it also features guest vocals from LA the Darkman, Snoop Dogg, and E40. And now I will say this: I do like the whole production. They got the old school sample based soul style production of it. I do like the verses on here. Although I will say to me, Ghostface sounds very different on here. To be honest, like this one was like, you sound very different than what I usually hear from him. It's like he's gotten more rough in his voice. At least that's what I get from it. I mean,
yeah, that is true.
Yeah, well, he's getting older, which that's life. That's life and all. And Ilka still don't do too. They do all right. It's like Snoop Dogg does all right. Like you know what he's all about. Like you always like he's still gangster even though you getting he's a sort of Martha Stewart on VH1. Yeah, and yeah.
By the way, can we just say for the record that how great it is to hear a Snoop Dogg verse that isn't fucking lending credibility to a mediocre pop singer? That just makes me happy.
Yes, that's true. Like, yeah, that's true. It's good to hear Snoop Dogg on this, and people E40 and LA the Darkman. They are going to hear as well, and it goes looking on this guest list, looking on this track list of what's to come. It's like, okay, I see it's very loaded with features a lot, and apparently introduction from Michael Rappaport as that one guy who really loves Rapper a lot, and the one guy I remember from Deep Blue Sea that got eaten.
Wait, Samuel L. Jackson? No, wait, that was a different shark. Oh wait, wasn't this guy on like some shitty Fox Network sitcom?
Yeah, he was on The War at Home, lasted I think 2 seasons.
Oh yeah,
and most recently he's been a courtside commentator for the Big 3 versus 3 retirement basketball league.
Why?
Because they need a big star somewhere.
Yeah, but when is this guy a big star? The last time anyone gave a shit about him was when he was the dad on a sitcom whose only lasting contribution was Rami Malek.
Oh yeah, he was on that show. Wow.
Okay,
and they used him for a whole bunch of gay panic jokes.
Uh-oh.
Funny, huh? It's amazing this didn't run for 7 seasons.
Well, it is Fox. They probably revive it nowadays.
Oy vey.
So yeah, anyway, this track is cool. There you go, check it out. The album comes out October 5th. Hope it's good. Blah blah. You know the rest.
Alright, so now we're in the back half of the checklist here. So now I can institute the verbal cues, which you all apparently need. Anyway, let's revisit the lads in Coheed and Cambria with their October 5th release, Unheavenly Creatures. And we have the third release single from this album, The Gutter. And, technically, I would say this is the best one, and you should take caution that I had to use the word technically as a qualifier there. It's not as annoyingly repetitive as the previous two singles. It's more of there's a lot of sparse, breaks and pauses between, the anthemic, triumphant bursts of guitars and very halftime drums. The lyrics are nowhere near as corny as, run like a son of a gun, but I don't know, it just hit me with this song. I think am I falling out of my Coheed phase? Because none of this is doing anything for me. Even on just a sheer conceptual level, this all just sounds like, boilerplate, radio-friendly, anthemic, alternative scene rock or whatever. The kind of stuff that fills up, nominee slots on the Loudwire Music Awards. It's geez, man, I'm just out of it now. Is it too late to go back to Year of the Black Rainbow? Please?
Yeah, so this whole album, story, edition, whatever it's going to be, this is just going to be 2112 meets Mass Effect, right?
Sounds like it.
Yeah, I got that vibe from the video with, I guess you could call them NPCs that look like a cross between Mass Effect and Fortnite characters. It's kind of weird, but, whatever, I'll take it. The song, to me, it's alright. It's definitely a song of two halves, because you have the more, power chord-driven first half, leading into the more anthemic second half, with the refrain of, "Call your mother!" Just because I guess they needed a refrain for all the crowds to sing along with.
Plus, you really should call her. She misses you. She doesn't get to see you ever since you started that nice job, at the television station or the plant or wherever fancy job is helping pay your bills. Come on, man.
You hear that, Claudio?
Yes.
Bad joke. Okay, moving on.
Well, to be fair, what other kind of jokes do you get on this podcast?
Very bad jokes.
Clearly. So, anyway, say, Alex, are you ready?
For what exactly?
Are you ready?
To bow to the master, break it down?
Are you upset?
I am not upset.
Well, you're about to be, because guess what we're talking about next? That's right, it's Disturbed.
Ah, you mean the guy with the weird thing on his chin. Yeah, I know them.
So, it turns out these lads are dropping a new album October 19th. Continuously baffling the rest of the world as to how they still managed to maintain a career for this long, the new album has the most hilarious name that a band like this could come up with for a record. It is called Evolution.
Evolution? That sounds like the name a wrestling company would give one of their shows to promote their women, because women, they can wrestle. Who knew? Actually, everybody knew. They've been doing this for years. Bit slow to catch up, aren't you?
And yep, but just take this opportunity, let all the jokes roll in. You got them. Just throw it out. It's probably more amusing than anything we're getting out of this lead single. Which, by the way, we need to point out, when they first teased that there was a new album, they put up, some poll thing, and they were like, this album has many styles and influences that we cover. Do you want to hear the, heavy lead single, or do you want to hear the ballad lead single? But yeah, you get my point here. These guys clearly don't know what words mean.
Yes, words.
And this lead single is, of course, called Are You Ready? Which, no, we're never ready. Not with this bullshit, anyway. It sounds... I've pretty much been absent from Disturbed since, what was their fourth album? What was the name of that one?
I'm trying to think. The Sickness, Believe, 10,000 Fists, Indestructible. That was the one.
Yeah, that was the one. And I only remember because there was like I think I managed to get luck into like some free Rock Band DLC, so that was my exposure to those fucking songs. And, I missed everything that happened between then and now, so I hate to imagine. You know what? Just fuck this song, man. This song's bullshit. The guitar production is like super weirdly razor thin, possibly because it's also being combined with like this, super buzzy, corny ass synth. Gotta get it in that active radio hard rock somehow, because they all got synths going in there nowadays. It sounds so like autopilot. I don't give a shit about these lyrics about you need to free your mind from the shackles of whatever, #walk away. Stupid David Draymond bullshit that he probably just screams at you in all caps on Twitter rants. And it's just, how does this band still have a career? Seriously, like, they've been putting out just the same dull, derivative schlock to the point where I'm pretty sure they're just ripping themselves off from album to album. And it's like, they got a big hit with that fucking Sound of Silence cover. It's like, I would ask, does anybody even care? But apparently some losers still do. Jesus, fuck, man.
So what you're saying is this is more Disturbed?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, okay. Well, at least this isn't quite Imagine Dragons Light, and it does have a bit of an identity to it, so I will give it a point in its favor for that. But, yeah, this is pretty much just more Disturbed. Cool if you like it. Probably won't be remembered too long,
No, it will not.
Yeah, long gone are the days of David Draymond telling us to not give up. Fuck! Ow, that hurts.
Yes, it did. And you want to know what else hurts? This last song here, and, it seems like with these rock songs, we're on the subject of bands that were prominent through our middle and high school years. And we're, of course, closing out here with one that, much like Coheed and Cambria, used to be really good before just the downward spiral. Since album 3, that was pretty much where they peaked. And that is, of course, Bring Me the Horizon. Jeez, these guys. I have never been so disappointed in a band since Parkway Drive or All That Remains. So, yeah, some promotional images got out, teasing that these guys were going to drop a new album sometime soon. Thankfully, it's the first month of 2019, so we got a ways to go from here. But yes, the lads have confirmed their 6th full-length album called Amo, coming out in January, and we have the lead single from it, Mantra, and, Jesus fuck, like, this is just where you mark the grave of, like, any hope we could have had for this band to ever be good. This is, like, the most fucking derivative, lame-ass, like, radio rock that's, like, it's like it wants to be Imagine Dragons, but it's trying to avoid that association, but, like, it's trying to veer in that direction. Again, sounding like something that's veering for, like, nominations at, like, a Loudwire Music Awards show. The production is super limp and lifeless. The songwriting is weak as hell. Most of the vocals are sung. What the hell, Ollie? I mean, even on fucking Throne, you were at least doing friggin' screams. And what the hell are you doing dressed up like that on the album art? You look like if Lil Xan was trying to become a productive member of society. What the fuck? And, jeez, I think what annoys me most about the song is just the fact that the chorus literally always ends with, like, an awkward break and then a weird computer voice saying, mantra. It's just, this song already has no momentum, and that somehow kills the momentum. Like, is there, like, a scientific term for negative momentum? Because that's what this song is. That's all it is. Just, I am so disappointed in you all.
But, Rob, the question is, how do you spell epiphany?
I don't know.
That is probably one of the stupidest lyrics I've ever heard from anyone. And this is coming from somebody who wasn't really all that into Bring Me the Horizon. I skipped past that whole Hot Topic scene core phase when I ventured into Dr. Venture's room and discovered the glory in the Hall of the Crimson King. I got some all sorts of progressive rock stuff. But as for this, I'm guessing they saw the album Gravity, that fucking terrible album, and went, how can we be even more generic core than these guys? And this is it. And I swear to you, listening to this song, I was starting to get tired. It is so boring, it nearly put me to sleep. And yet, it's number 9 on YouTube's trending section right now.
This band still can pull in a fan base for some reason. And let me just say this right here, because this has been a recurring thing ever since there is a fucking Hell, that album, where it's like, oh, you're just mad because they changed their sounds. It's like, no, dipshit, that's literally not how it works. I'm mad because they changed their sound into something that is not good. If they were writing songs that were good, that'd be fine. That'd be totally fine. But what they've been doing ever since, like, Sempiternal and, God, whatever the fuck that previous album was called, I completely blank on the name. I don't remember anything except that lead single, Throne. But yeah, what they've been doing on their past 2 albums, and what it sounds like they're gonna do with this one, is just bullshit. They sound like literally everyone fucking else. Like, shit, man. Just fuck this song, man. Fuck it. Fuck it, I say.
I'd rather not, actually.
Yeah, you know what? Don't fuck it. It's unfuck-worthy. Jesus. But I suppose that puts us in an appropriately salty mood for the news topic that we have to discuss. The reason why we're recording this on a Wednesday, when I could be watching MasterChef right now, which is going on for 2 hours, and I'm missing at least half of it. Thanks, MTV!
Okay, let's just say this. MTV, what were y'all thinking airing the VMAs on a Monday night? I honestly, what difference would it make between airing it on a Sunday night versus a Monday? Because you know what happened on Monday? There's literally tons of different options to watch on TV. Sunday night, not so much if you don't have HBO. And the ratings show, because not only did the VMAs garner a very meager 2.25 million viewers just on MTV, combined with the rest of the Viacom networks not named Nick that were airing this, because that's just what they do, we have an all-time low viewership number. 5.23 million across at least 12 different networks.
Wonk, wonk, wonk.
And that's the lowest.
Damn, that's higher than I heard. I thought it was like 4.8 million.
No, it's about 5.23, but it's actually lower than last year's 5.5. And lower, much lower, than 2014's 10.3.
I mean, let's just think about this. Like, there are 2 things alone that I could say, for sure. Because obviously, like, they do the Monday night stuff. Monday Night Raw. I assume that's what everyone's usually watching on Mondays.
Yeah, it's usually that and Love and Hip Hop. But since that wasn't on Monday night.
And also, you know what else is airing on Mondays at the moment? Better Call Saul. And I'm pretty sure that literally airs at 9. There were probably more people watching that. I know I certainly wish I was. Instead, I was here getting in a chat with these knuckleheads, snarking it up as best we could.
Yes, as best we could, because this show was boring! Nothing exciting happened.
It's boring shit.
Nothing at all.
Yeah, so I guess we might as well get this bullshit out of the way. So, first, let's start off with the pre-show, which was just, a bunch of over-enthusiastic celebrities on the red carpet. Or blue carpet, whatever color it was.
Or trying too hard.
There were performances. There was Bazzy, who was apparently the "you so fucking precious when you smile" douche. That guy.
Yeah.
Then, of course, there was this Bryce Vine dude that was boring as shit.
Who made a song called Drew Barrymore, and I thought, wait, ain't that the sister song? No, that's a different song.
Sadly, they could not be the same song. And then, of course, there was also... there were actually a couple of awards handed out, on the pre-show. So, the Song of the Summer which was a fan vote, went to that really weird-ass Cardi B song that I'm never gonna get used to hearing. Seriously, like, it's just super weird to hear her rapping over one of the essential Hispanic pop jams of my childhood. It's like, what's next? Friggin' Tekashi 6ix9ine rapping over Suavemente? Don't you fucking dare.
Suavemente.
But yeah, she got that, and then of course the award for Push Artist of the Year went to Hayley Kiyoko. Two names which I'm sure will definitely not come up again in relation to each other sometime near in the future.
Yeah, she was happy as fuck.
And then of course there was also a Backstreet Boys performance.
Yeah! It was catchy. What do you expect?
It was quite,
Remember,
it was quite good.
The answer to everything is the Backstreet Boys. Just ask Meatwad. And then of course, main show starts off with Cardi B, who I could have sworn she said she wasn't going to be there. What gives, girl? You promised me this. Why did you have to be there? Come on.
She
introduces a performance from Shawn Mendes, and apparently they were playing the Song of Storms, because there was, like, rain, as they were doing, like, fucking In My Blood or whatever song it was.
Yeah, because I guess they were trying to go for a Flashdance theme this year, but it's kind of hard to tell considering they had all the augmented reality bullcrap all over the place. Which, okay, let's just put a kibosh on that. Between the VMAs and SummerSlam having a whole bunch of friggin' AR visuals that look terrible, let's just stop that. Let's work on it in a couple years. Maybe advance the tech a little bit, and do it then when it actually looks presentable and not, like garbage.
It's time to stop! So yeah, there was that. And then the first award of the night, which was the best hip-hop video. Yeah, that one went to Miss Nicki Minaj. How fun.
Yeah. I suppose we're not going to talk about the opening monologue from our quote-unquote hosts, Tiffany Haddish and Kevin Hart.
Why? That was just... Man, these two have no comedic chemistry at all. And it's like, I can't blame her. I mean, Kevin Hart is a shitty comedian. And shitty comedic actor. It's like, no wonder he keeps showing up in like 5 movies a year, because he barely does shit in any of them, and he just keeps getting paychecks. Jeez, but like, what is there to say about that monologue, besides that it was painfully unfunny?
It went too long.
Yeah, it lasted, 7 minutes or so?
And I felt like I was sitting there for at least twice as long.
Yeah, and because
they had to plug the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there was a bit of a slip-up in that Miss Haddish didn't know the Knicks or the Yankees, which one's which, because she kind of screwed that joke up.
Yeah. Which basically just, proves why I'm not going to watch Night School.
I will, because I like bad comedies.
I don't...
provided they aren't full of gross-out humor, and it's full of, Kevin Hart getting punched in the face.
Oh, come on, dude. You gotta have some fucking standards for yourself, man. Come on.
Look at me. I gave up my standards when something... I forgot the rest of this joke. Moving on.
Yeah, moving on. We got another performance from Bazzy.
Again.
Mm-hmm.
And then the award for Best Pop Video. That one went to Ariana Grande. Which I'm okay with.
Yeah,
that's
pretty
fine.
Trippy video.
That song's alright, even though her rest of the album is not as good, even though I ain't listened to it yet. Apparently, with her and Fro get together, they mesh well as mayonnaise and marshmallows.
Oh god, the whitest things on the planet. And then we got another performance after that, which was that One Day song, that collaboration between Logic and One Republic frontman Ryan Tedder. And yes, we both agreed that this probably would have been better with mixtape Logic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Warm it up. Gotta get that Young Sinatra shit in there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then let's not forget the performance after that, which was... Oh, and we gotta mention, I'm pretty sure Jimmy Fallon introduced this performance. Or Jimmy Kimmel. I get those two mixed up.
It was Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, of course, that douchebag. And, man, you could tell the levels of, like, fake enthusiasm in his voice when he was trying to introduce Panic at the fucking Disco.
Yeah,
which means you all had to hear what I had to hear.
Yeah, it wasn't quite on par with his introduction in 2002 of, and I'm saying this with air quotes, Guns N' Roses. It was very much forced enthusiasm here.
Yeah, so was the crowd for this, because I can't imagine how anyone was cheering this. This shit was just fucking annoying and obnoxious. And it's like, when the hell did Brendan Urie go from dressing like a, circus ringleader to the bearskin, leopard skin carpet of a circus ringleader?
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Then after that, we got the Song of the Year award. And y'all want to know who that went to? That's right. The Postman.
The saucy man himself.
No, not that Postman.
Because I got your letter from
Not
the Post Malone.
That Postman. Yes, it's, popping pillies, feeling just like a rock star or whatever. Something.
Featuring 21. Savage.
Yeah.
Then a performance by someone named Jesse Reyes, who we are completely unfamiliar with. And then afterwards, another performance, which was a medley of sorts from Miss Nicki Minaj, apparently pre-taped from the train hub at the World Trade Center.
Yes, the Oculus hub at the new World Trade Center. And, yeah, I'm not a big fan of these pre-taped segments on a live awards show because... what's the fucking point if you're going to have performances that are pre-taped?
Yeah, not to mention, geez, Mark, you were right. This shit is lame.
Yeah, now you...
Glad I dodged that bullet.
Yeah, now you know what I heard during that album. God, it was boring. But let's save that till the album round comes up, because I got a lot to say about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you want the one that this is boring. Oh yeah, next award is Best Latin.
Yes, Best Latin, which went to some guy named J Balvin. And keep in mind, this is a category where Luis Fonsi's Despacito 2 and Daddy Yankee's Despacito 3 were both nominated. Which,
yeah,
I'm telling you, it should have gone to... They should have just given the award to both those guys. Then we could finally have Despacito 5.
Memes.
And then came a performance from Miss Haley Kiyoko. Meh.
It was okay.
And then a performance by Jennifer Lopez, because she was chosen to accept the Video Vanguard Award.
Mm-hmm. She had quite a pretty fun medley. And then DJ Khaled comes in and ruins it all. Because that's what he does.
He ruins everything.
Oh, yeah. And also...
And a Wild Ja Rule appeared.
Yes. Yes. I said earlier in the show that... Is that Ja Rule? Like, I spotted him way earlier. I'm like...
I thought that was Travis Scott for a minute.
It's like, I had to stop and think. I'm like,
Ja
wait,
Rule's
is this guy
bald.
getting sued over the Fire Festival still? It's like, how did he find time to sneak over here unless he let Billy McFarland take all the heat?
Yeah, we can't forget... we had a little bit of meme material out of this with that shot of Alex Rodriguez with his phone going, ooh, taking video of his wife dancing all around.
Yeah.
Well,
memes.
I'll do that shit too if I was
But then after that whole thing, which was easily the best part of the show.
Mm-hmm. Had a good speech too, even if it did run a little long when she said she wasn't going to be long. Remember that for later.
Remember it. Yes. Then afterwards came another performance, this one being Ariana Grande performing God is a Woman. And then, I just want to say something like unaffiliated. This is kind of on a tangent, but I think what I hated most about this award show was how much it was exposing me to whatever the hell MTV was actually doing on its network right now. Because apparently they're still doing Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
Because Pauly D was, doing, like, outstage pre-show interviews and shit. Apparently, there's a Jackass reboot, which has taken the form of a show called Too Stupid to Die. Oh, and I just have to bring this up because I tweeted this snarky-ass joke about it, and I actually got a response from David Harris, who was apparently, the SVP of Gunpowder and Sky, the production company behind this show, and a former executive at MTV. He saw my joke and for some reason decided to tweet a screen cap from Steve-O's Instagram with, the funny-looking big dude with the weird mustache and curly hair being like, I give this stuff my seal of approval. And it's like, wow, you must have no confidence in this project if you can afford to tweet snarky screen grabs at random shit talkers on the internet. Holy fuck.
Well, that's just MTV in general. Remember, Viacom is in disarray. They don't know what they're doing, which is why the show completely fucking tanked.
Clearly. And then, moving on from there, we got, and they're fucking rebooting The Hills, too. What the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
A show whose only lasting contribution to pop culture was an episode of Family Guy where Brian was banging one of the stars.
Remember, you gotta tap into that 2000s nostalgia now because this is MTV and they don't know what the fuck they're doing. The ratings tanked, remember that.
Yeah, the only reason I know is The Hills cut to the soup.
The award... Anyway, award for Artist of the Year. That one, of course, goes to Camila Cabello. Okay, and then a performance by Pretty Much, who, as we all agreed, it pretty much seems like they're the Dollar General version of Brockhampton.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so anyway, mediocre Brockhampton knockoffs, then the award for Best New Artist, which was, throughout the whole show, that was a back and forth between Cardi B and Hayley Kiyoko. You could tweet those votes, basically. And of course, Alex and I took the opportunity to tweet a whole bunch of better options. Klein, Bernie Sanders, Cal Chichesta.
And Taco Bell.
They absolutely should have won too. Nacho fries, motherfucker. But no, the award ended up going to Miss Cardi B, because, why wouldn't it?
Yeah, but to be fair, at least we were spared a second cringy acceptance speech from Hayley Kiyoko.
Yeah, instead we were treated to a Travis Scott performance.
Also a little bit less cringy. Not by much, but by enough.
Featuring James Blake.
Oh,
wait,
yes,
does that get as cringy or not?
Still not as cringy as 20 Gay Teen, which, please don't ever say that again, Hayley.
Oh.
This is coming from somebody who was banging a guy.
Yeah. You know.
I will say, I'm not
comment on that.
I will say on the performance, I noticed that, yes, like, if you're epileptic on that, you're not going to have a good time because the whole thing was, like, they got, blink, the whole blinking shit going on, and because I remember you saying some shit about that in the call. And also, one more thing, I like the fact that y'all say after number one album in the world has and your face Nicki Minaj. He not supposed to say that. Not because Nicki been wild now this past week or so.
Yeah, but in the meantime, I'm sure she can let off some steam on that tour she's doing with Future. Oh wait. Roasted. But yeah, after that performance, there was the award for Best Collaboration, which went to Jennifer Lopez and DJ Khaled? Was that the one?
Yeah, the one that can't eat pussy.
And Cardi B.
Yeah.
He
can't even eat past the third wing.
Yeah, that.
I feel as though by here we should mention some of the awards that were not handed out on stage because...
Oh yeah, we should.
Performances. So allow me to just quickly go over these because, well, they're important. To my feel anyway. So, here are some of the awards that were not shown on stage or really anywhere aside from a very, very, very brief 15-second flash.
Yeah.
Best Cinematography, The Carters. Best Direction, Childish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Best Art Direction, The Carters.
All right.
Best visual effects, Kendrick and SZA. Yes.
Hey.
Yeah. Best choreography, Childish.
Mhm.
Hey.
Best editing went to Nerd.
Oh my god, why?
Just
I
wait.
enjoy your cringe.
And best rock video because apparently they don't give a fuck about rock. And then again, that's no surprise. Of fucking course, Imagine Dragons.
Why?
Fuck you, MTV.
Oh yeah. Here's one more.
Yeah.
Best dance. That went to
Oh yes.
Avicii, one together feature Rita Ora, which
Mm-hmm.
I guess is more of a. I guess
Yeah.
okay. I can get that. I mean, these ain't the fucking chain smokers.
A bit posthumous. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then after the collaboration, we got performance from Super Mario Juice World. What even is a Juice World anyway?
And I noticed, that's the single he was talking about, which of course samples that one Sting song, which I noticed that got sampled a lot during back 2000s with a lot of R&B songs, which I kind of get.
Yes, it is.
Which I kind of get because like like the real song does sound nice because I do like that shit, and it was like okay. And now, you know what? Let's skip that. Now to the war that we actually be looking at, well, at least the one we hoping will win, the video with a message. And yes,
And that one,
this is America.
with the Childish Gambino.
And they didn't slip up.
Don't catch you slipping up. At least not yet.
Not yet. We'll get there.
Yeah.
And then came a performance by Maluma with Felices Los Four, and I agree with the notes here. Who is he and why should I care?
All I know is,
don't.
hey, a Latin artist that's getting big because since Despacito, maybe Latin motherfucker gets a song charted somewhere.
And then came that part of the show. Oh boy, yeah. So
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Alex, you want to take the lead on this one?
Sure. So, before revealing the award for Video of the Year, Madonna, yes, that Madonna, who was looking a lot like Post Malone for some reason. I don't know why. Madonna, I would assume, per the request of MTV and the producers, gave a bit of a tribute speech to Aretha Franklin, which was actually preluded with a clip of Aretha Franklin performing at a past VMAs event, which, by the way, that was the best performance of the night right there. A freaking clip from 30 years ago. Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah. So, she's up on stage giving a speech about Aretha Franklin. It's nice. Only she doesn't stop. She talks for what felt like 10 minutes. Talking about stories and anecdotes about her and Aretha being an influence on her and all sorts of other stuff. Now, if it had just stopped with the tribute portion, which was maybe, 2 minutes long, that would have been fine.
Yeah.
But she just kept going and going and going and talking. And I'm cool with Madge, okay? We're cool with each other. Even though she hasn't had the good album since Confessions, but, whatever. That was 13 years ago. This went over like a fucking fart in church.
Mm.
People were just dogpiling on this everywhere.
Yeah.
I especially recall Charlemagne the God going pretty hard on it.
Yeah, pretty much.
And
like,
here's the thing.
Yeah.
She tried to hand wave it after the fact by saying it wasn't a tribute to Aretha Franklin. They just asked me to say some nice words about her. But it's okay, honey.
so let me get this
if
straight.
they told you to say some nice words about her, you had to have known. They had to have communicated to you that they were going to put in some kind of an homage to her in some fashion. And if you were speaking after some from the archive footage of Miss Franklin, then you should probably focus a bit more on her instead of you. Like, it's called reading the room. You know how to do that, right? Or are we just going to have to wait for you to make a tasteless movie about this that eventually gets reviewed by Todd in the Shadows? Which, holy shit, there's a new episode of Cinema Donna in my sub box. I got to watch that.
And
Yeah, all about Evita.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna talk about, I could make a 2-minute tribute to Aretha, because I don't know, but yet you went on 9 minutes talking about yourself. Like, how the fuck you do that? And you know what? It was on that time that we just say fuck it. We say fuck it. We in the Skype chat on that. It's like, no, I can't do this. All we can't do is we out. I'm tired. It's been 3 hours.
Yeah, we closed our call at about 11:15, and by the time the video of the Year Award was given out, it was already 11:30.
Yeah.
God damn.
The show was supposed to end at 11:30.
Jeez, these guys. It was literally the same amount of overrun last year at the VMAs. Except, at least that one had the Kendrick Lamar payoff at the end. This one, however, award for Video of the Year. You know who it went to? You want to know who it went to? Because you're going to know. Like, I'm going to tell you right now. That award went to Camila Cabello. Over Gambino.
It should have gone to childish.
Yeah, damn.
Some things just never change.
Well, I look on the bright side. Drake won shit, so there.
Yeah, it's 11:30 now.
And
there's one more performance.
Yep.
And that performance is the Postman. And 21 Savage. And, apparently, Aerosmith. So, it starts off with what clearly looks like pre-taped footage. I mean, come on. You can tell by, like, the mediocre frame rate, which, by the way, this whole show looked like it was running at 30 frames per second.
Yeah, that's what MTV does. I don't get why.
I don't get why either, man. But, yeah, they come out, they perform Rockstar, which then, segues into a performance of course, Dream On, because it's not like Aerosmith has any other fucking songs in their catalog. No, it's always gotta be that fucking one in there. Like, come on, man. I'm starting to get sick of that song now. Play some other shit.
Well, they did. They played Toys in the Attic, which, I have to mention this because I know sloppy guitar playing when I see it. Thank you, Stevie T. Either Joe Perry was really off his game, or we were hearing a backing track.
Why not both?
Also, there was fake pyro. And fake amplifier explosions, because, hey, that's what we need on MTV in 2018. Aerosmith. Sure.
Yeah. Jeez.
And the show ended at 44 past the hour, 14 minutes over, screwing up scheduling for the entirety of Viacom's networks, of which, again, this aired on at least 12 different channels.
Oh, I'm sure that's going to be fun for those people. Trying to get everything back on track.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, that was the VMAs. That was crap.
It was a waste of my time.
Absolutely nothing worthwhile on this show. It was just, if it wasn't boring, it was slow. If it wasn't slow, it was kind of insulting. And if it wasn't kind of insulting, it was just, why watch this? Like, this was just, we didn't even have Kendrick this year. There was absolutely no reason for this show to have existed, and the ratings proved it.
Yeah.
All-time low.
Yep.
And we barely got any good riff material out of this in the call. Like, most of it was just complaining about, like, MTV programming and that stupid fucking gum commercial.
And all the Truth commercials.
Oh, yeah, them commercials.
Those two.
Yeah. Oh, and let's not forget, there was a pre-tape performance disguised as a commercial right after the Video of the Year award was given out, which took up even more time.
God damn. This fucking show. Oh well, at least I won't have to think about it until next year. So, yeah, let's just wrap all this up, because we got one last thing to talk about here, and that is, of course, the new album releases for August 24th, 2018. Starting at the top, there's a new project from electronic producer Autocray with NTS Sessions, a new album from mediocre new metalers Nonpoint with X, a new album from sludge doom metalers Mantar with The Modern Art of Setting Ablaze, a new album from The Amity Affliction with Misery, a new album from Shoegaze Act to Nothing with Dance on the Blacktop, The Plain White Tees with Parallel Universe,
Oh boy.
a new album from indie rockers Interpol with Marauder, the latest entry in Mark's top whatever albums of 2018 from Justice with their new album Woman Worldwide.
Oh yeah.
And last, but certainly not least, the newest album from Alice in Chains with Rainier Fog. So now it's time to clean house and get the hell out of here. So Alex, where can they find you on the internet?
As always, the name is Aura of Azure, where you can find me, just doing what I do, which might be literally anything. I really don't know why I'm on these platforms. They're fucking terrible and they're full of awful people.
Mark, what about you?
Yeah, on Twitter, my Twitter media, I ain't doing that much shit that often, except, writing a lot of shit that's coming soon. Of course, my site, mine-1 at hype1.wordpress.com. Again, I ain't got much to, like, some stuff on the break, because you forgot, I just got through review, talking about about 18 plus We Bad Bears episodes. I forgot what number they are, but there's a lot.
That's a lot. And anyway, as for me, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and CuriousCat at Rob Barracuda. Email me, robert@surrealresolution.com for questions, comments, concerns, and all that good stuff. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast on Google Play and iTunes. New audio-only episodes go up every Wednesday. Video usually goes up by the weekend on the YouTube channel of Surreal Resolution. Just subscribe and hit the bell tab so you're always notified whenever new episodes go up there. Be sure to follow the site on Twitter at SurrealRezo, like us on Facebook, visit us surrealresolution.com, and find this podcast on decibelboost.surrealresolution.com, and be sure to check out Podcast O&A as well if you want a podcast of anime content, which sure as fuck does not have any equivalent to the VMAs, thank Christ for that.
Yeah, I don't know what I'd do if we did.
Yeah. Be sure to keep up with our written content. Mark has a review out of the new Mitski album, Be the Cowboy. The greatest philosophical mantra of all time, be the cowboy. Which is what I'm doing in Red Dead Redemption.
Yes, and spoiler, this album is good. Not gonna tie you.
And as for me, I should have a review of the new Nothing album coming sometime in the next couple days, so keep an eye out for that. Of course, as always, jump into our Discord if you ever want to share some dank memes. Rest in peace, Robbie Rotten. And, of course, shout out to the producer, Mr.E, for graciously letting me use his music for this podcast. Links to his shit down in the description. Thank you for joining us this week. We'll see you back next week for episode 95. And until next time, holy shit, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon is so fucking good.
Hey, MTV, it's your worst fucking day. It's on Monday for some stupid reason.
Blarg.